Hello everybody, welcome to the potentially the final day of Kon-Rikka. We are coming in from you guys, well to you guys with our upper bracket finalists here. We got Poggers 2.0 versus the Saint Dynasty today. As always, I am with Airy. How are you doing tonight, and what do you think is going to happen tonight as well?
Welcome everybody. Thanks for the intro, Rika, and I am excited for today's game. I'm really excited for today's game, considering how OP these two teams are. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm seeing a few names here that I don't necessarily recognize. I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out. But overall, I am excited, and I'm ready to go. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm good. As you might hear a little bit, Airy, or maybe it's me that I'm struggling with my net. But it might be just a little tiny bit of connection issues for the first half of this. We'll try and get those sorted out soon. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm very excited as well. As we can see, we've already got some bans on the table. It is going to be the Luayi and the Lilia being taken out. I know that mages right now in general, these specific mage picks are just so strong and worth being taken out immediately as the draft begins. But yeah, otherwise some pretty standard bans after that. And we start off with the Fredrin the Fredrin pick coming out up from Caro on the side of Poggers 2.0.
Yeah, man, that's a very good pick at the moment. The Fred really strong, but surprisingly, it's slowly falling out of the meta. So it's not like maybe 2 weeks or 1 month, 1 month ago where nobody knew how to deal with it. There are a few decent ways to deal with these Fred. But okay. I thought maybe Saint Dynasty might respond with a tank jungle of their own, but they take out the Lolita and Adita. What do you think about these two?
I mean, I think they're pretty good picks. I mean, especially the Lolita, I'm a big fan of. I just want to say as well, Ari, yeah, you are dying. it might be me or it might be you, but somebody is dying in terms of internet right now. So maybe, I mean, you think you could maybe set up for the draft? Let's see if we can fix it by the end of it. Sorry, I hate to do this, but it's kind of not working. So I'll try and cover the rest of the draft here for you guys. We are looking at the Esmeralda pick coming in from Saint King, as well as the Jinx going to pick up that Kadita. So a lot of pick-off potential coming in from the Saint Dynasty here. You got the Lolita to start things off, and obviously the Kadita to do that big damage with those rough waves when they get into position for that. As we see now, on the side of Poggers 2.0, we do have that Diggy, right? So the Diggy is such a strong pick, This hero, I feel like it's still strong. Not the biggest amount of utility outside of stopping obviously you pick it to stop CC and stuff, so there's not too much to stop here, but that shield is probably the biggest part about his ulti, right? It keeps your team nice and safe, especially with the help of that flask of the Oasis. As we look at Kon, maybe circling for that Granger pick here. We've got a few decent bans as well, so I feel like it's not such a bad game for this hero to be picked up as we maybe switch. Oh, it will be Lindo picking up that Moskov. I see Aria's back. How's your net, sir? Or maybe how's my net? I'm not too sure yet. Oh, and Ari is muted. No, I will carry on. As we now are looking at a possible Layla and Lunox pick. Not too sure about these two picks into the Lolita, but oh, Ari.
Join me in my dream world.
You good, son?
Yes, I am back, and it was me, unfortunately. But I'm still lagging a bit, so I think I might have to sit out the first game.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that,
Late,
Harry.
you take over.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. It is quite a difficult situation, you know. Sometimes the internet doesn't always work in the way it needs to. But we are going to look at the final part of the draft coming in from both teams. We're looking at a pretty damn good Lolita game here, right? There's a lot of stuff to reflect coming from a lot of the members of Poggers 2.0. And finishing off the draft, we also have the signature hero of Kon himself. We got that Granger coming out onto their side. Looking at both of the drafts, it's pretty damn good by both teams. I'm favoring the Saints a little bit more here, I must say, just because their team makes a lot more sense. As for the side of Poggers, you know, they don't have too many tank killers that could get through this Esmeralda, especially when she has sprint, right? She can sort of kite out that Lunox that might be attacking her and taking her down with that percent damage. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Saint Dynasty here. I feel like their draft, yeah, it just makes sense, you know. Lindo with the Moskov as well can really start to pop off if this hero gets ahead. I know that it's being nerfed in the future as well, so I feel like pre-nerf Moskov, probably a pretty good pick coming into this.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Yeah, man, it's still a very viable pick, but I do like the Esme. The Esme is what is the defining factor for me, because when you consider the Esme into the lap, Esme just absolutely destroys, man. It's not even close. And add that to the fact that she's going to be getting a lot of shields from the Digi ult. I think it's a combination that's just going to destroy Poggers 2.0.
Yep. And
that's just purely based on draft, but as we've said, a lot of times implementation is what makes it, so let's see how they implement it.
Yeah, and we heard you loud and clear that time. I'm very happy to hear that as well. We are going to see the Petrify coming in onto the middle lane right now. Pepe Chula in a bit of danger. It's actually going to be a pretty easy first blood by the side of the Saints there. Saint Circuit comes in and finishes it off, so a great start for the side of the red team. As we are now looking in the bottom lane, we are seeing that heavily Esmeralda favored lane. Zelpixie does need that level 4 before he can actually lane at all, I'm pretty sure here. And in the top lane so far as well, Lindo being quite aggressive. So it's so far Saints are in the lead, about 500 gold lead as well.
Yeah, a bit of a gold lead in the early game, but it is to be expected. The heroes they have picked for the laning phase do have a bit of an advantage, but now we're seeing Black Cat caught in a very compromising position, and it seems as though she might go down, and Kon does manage to take the kill, but Kairu comes back with the respawn, trying to trade back Jinx, and Jinx goes down. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, and the mages both go down.
Yeah, that 1-for-1 trade was definitely something that happened, right? I think the gold lane is equalized just a little bit somehow. So I feel like Poggers 2.0, they're not too unhappy with that trade at all. So it's a blow for blow in that situation, as Karo initiating onto Saint King is going to be able to get away, or in fact, he's going to go back in. Here comes the Appraiser's Wrath doing a massive amount of damage. The Bravest Fighter comes out as well with the flicker. I think Esmeralda's falling. Saint King, he's down. We are going to see the Spear of Destruction off the mark though. But we are looking at Poggers 2.0 controlling that turtle beautifully. It's going to be that classic matchup, Airy. It's going to be the Granger versus the Fredrin. I think it's just a matter of who can get the advantage first. And if Kon can get those items, then this Fredrin's probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. But right now, Poggers 2.0, they're showing that they can still be in this game. If I'm speaking correct English there. But yeah, it's dead even.
Yeah, man, it's dead even. But the composition kind of showed us this was a possibility. Both teams build up towards like this mid-game type of composition. You know, Moskov Nathan, or Nathan, as somebody likes to call it, are very mid-game type of heroes that don't necessarily perform well in the early game, but as soon as you get a few items on them, they are dangerous, and that goes across the board. You know, with the Granger as well, the Lapu, Esme, a lot of these heroes scale really well into the mid game. So any team that gains control in the mid game will likely have the advantage leading on to the late game.
Yep, I agree with that completely, right? It's all both junglers reflect that sentiment, right? These heroes aren't the best in the late game, but their mid game timings can be incredibly impressive, especially with the Granger obviously and the Fredrin. When he gets his like 2 or 3 items, he starts becoming a really big menace when it comes to that. As we're now looking at Black Cat, just clearing that lane as quick as possible. Kadita coming in from Jinx, you know, this hero needs a bit of help when it comes to clearing the lane, right? Doesn't have the best wave clear tools, so the rotation speed is not going to be as fast as, let's say, that Lunox, but is it even going to matter here? Zelpix getting gone on by Saint Z-King, Starfall off the mark. So it's just going to be a somewhat standoff in that bottom lane. As we are now seeing the turtle going to be spawning in the top lane here. So we're going to probably see, I mean, we're probably going to see both teams rotating to that sort of area. Damn, I'm stuttering a lot today.
Yeah, man. It seems as though both their rotations are kind of mirrored, but luckily for Saint Dynasty, they do manage to get the first, or rather the second turtle, and they look to take down this blue as well. A bit of a heist from them, but Khan uses the ultimate. Oh my day.
Yeah, we are seeing a pretty huge team fight at the moment. We're going to see Caro also going to maybe follow it up a little bit here. It's pretty much an even trade once again. You know, you got 3 kills on the board, both sides. Caro wants to look for some more in the top lane here. He's going to actually get the Torn onto the Moskov here. I think he does have the Appraiser's Wrath to work with, so he might even be able to 1v3 in this situation, but he does not decide to follow it up. His teammates off, not so far behind him here, but Saint Circuit with that shield, that bulwark is going to be able to keep them safe. Oh no, never mind. We're going back in here. Saint Circuit going to get pulled back by the reverse time. Is he going to be able to make it out? I do not believe so. Here comes the Appraiser's Wrath. 1.6 thousand damage onto the board here as the time journey keeps the rest of the engagement safe. You good, Avery? Okay.
Yes, not good. I was still checking out my connection a bit, but as you were saying, man, he did hold up that Appraiser's Wrath, tried to use it at the right moment and use it at the right moment. He did, but Muzi King in the bot lane being engaged on by 2 members, it looks likely that he might go down, and Black Cat flickers into that. However, it is Kyrie that managed to get the kill, and the Poggers 2.0 are really mounting on their charge at the moment, but Eaton gets taken down near the blue buff. They do manage to take down the blue buff as well as the marksman. That does give them advantages in the top lane to take the torrent, so there's, you know, advantages building.
That was a pretty huge taunt coming in from Fredrin
it's
there.
Not as...
But we are going to see the Diggy does pop that time journey to maybe get away from that Numenon blast coming in from Saint Circuit here. We are looking at another conceal play possibly coming out from the Saints here. I don't think these are too easy targets to take down, especially since the Lunox might have the lights out ultimate. But we are looking towards the turtle right now. We're seeing the Natan. He's in position. Wakimeru going in there. But Caro as well going to get stunned to the wall there. I think this Natan's in a bit of danger. The Saints are responding beautifully well right now. Black Cat as well wants to go in with that lights out ultimate, but she has it no more. It's going to be a double kill from Saint Con, as now Saint Dynasty, they clean up the floor here as they now forget the turtle. They're going to go straight down the mid lane while there's only one person defending it. Papi Chulo, he's going to get taken down just by one. So what is that thing called? The Rhapsody by Granger. That first skill, one set of it, that Diggy is down.
Oh man, that Diggy went down quick. It kind of shows what we were talking about, the mid game, as we see the items that Saint Con has at the moment. The Hunter Strike is putting in an extra shift. It is doing miracles at the moment, as well as the Malefic Roar. So we know that Saint Con is doing a lot of damage, but also Lindo as well. You know, he's managed to build up Corrosion Side as well as the Golden Staff. So he's building up towards that Trinity really well, man. And you know, the faster he gets to it, the more damage he's going to deal. And you know, I already mentioned the Esme and the shield, so it's kind of playing off. So because the Diggy has to time that ultimate, otherwise it's going to play into the hands of Saint Dynasty. Both these two teams are showcasing really good mechanics, but really good, you know, utility management. You know, there's not just pressing ult whenever they can or whenever they see an enemy They're really thinking about it, and it's starting to show. But yeah, man, this is starting to look like an exciting game.
Yeah, no, it's looking like a very exciting game, right?
Exciting game.
But
who do you have?
No, it's okay.
Go on.
No, I'm just thinking, like, yeah, does Poggers 2.0 possibly have enough defense to hold down this Granger power spike, right? He's level 13 right now. Look at that Rhapsody coming in. It's going to be that Natan dodging shots, not going to be able to do it. The Spear of Destruction as well, just to make sure things happen properly. We are going to see the Numenor Blast, though. It's going to come on to 2, but the time journey is there. We're going to see the shutdown coming on to St. Con with the Praise's Wrath. It blows him up. Lindo going to be starting to throw those spears, trying to get the damage in, but no Demon Hunter Sword just yet. He stuns against 2 people here, but I don't think he can save this Lolita from the 4 people of Poggers 2.0 that are gonna gang up and take him down. So just as I was talking about the defense, they seem to keep it up. They're still in this game. They're not gonna make this one easy.
Yeah, man, they're saying we still have a bit of fight in us, and fight they did. They recognize without the Esme to take, to be the sandbag, as some people like to call it, they Poggers 2.0 can really win these team fights. So they're learning how to time their ultimates, they're learning how to time these team fights. But also look at the build that Kyrie has. Focusing on the anti-curious as the first item really paid off. So
we are looking at the Lord fight right now, though.
There comes
the Granger ult. Is it going to be enough to secure the Lord? No, it's not. It's going to be Caro that gets it with that Retribution. We are going to see the stun onto 2 people with that spear, though. I think that one was... Oh, we are going to see the Unstoppable coming in from Caro there. Same Z-King. He's in the middle of things. Is he going to be able to make it out? He's got anti-heal on him, so he's going to fall. We're going to see the Praise's Wrath off the mark, though. Lindo in a bit of danger as well. Gets taken out by that Fredrin. We're going to see the Bravest Fighter come in by Zalpix. Is it going to be enough? No Flicker available. St. Con also taking a lot of damage from that Rhapsody, but he gets taken down as well. Caro is completely carrying this mid game. This Fredrin, he's not out just yet. He's not going to hit his power spike, but he's hit it now. St. Jinx uses that rough wave to maybe clear the mid lane a little bit here. Going to be able to regen a little bit and get away with that Ocean Oddity. But here we go in the mid lane as well. We are going to see the push coming in. Saint Circuit maybe playing around a little bit here. He might be in a lot of danger. Reverse time comes out of Praise's Wrath onto the floor. There it is. Spear of Destruction. I don't think he's going to make it in, but Saint Circuit does make it out.
Yeah, man, Saint Circuit with the basketball plays, being able to maneuver out of that, but also Muzi King, that did buy him enough time to, damage the slow, so it won't be as effective as I think they were hoping for. But Zelfix caught in a very bad position at the moment, but Saint Dynasty chooses not to engage with him.
Here we go. We are going to see that Lord being taken down in the bottom lane,
him,
right? So they're not going to be able to get too much done with that Lord just at the moment. We are looking at a pretty scary timing, though, now by Moskov, hitting that Trinity a little bit late on the mark. But now that it's finished, Karen needs to be a little bit careful about how much damage he can take within the fight. Papi Chulo, that was a beautiful play by St. Con there, forcing out the time journey. So now they don't have that available for the next team fight. The Saints, they're looking for a fight now. They know that they don't have to worry about that Diggy ult. I don't know if they can maybe get it, though, as we still have same Z-King in the base on the defense duty. He can join the fight at any time with that ultimate. So, I mean, the Saints, they need to go in now, right? They don't want to fight while that time journey is on cooldown. I mean, off cooldown, right? So, I think it might just be a 1-for-1 trade when it comes to the ultis. Now we're going to see, there we go, Rhapsody onto Zelpix here. Is it going to be enough damage to take him out? There we go, Starfall as well. Spear of Destruction off the mark. Caro also is fishing out to maybe find a kill right there. But both teams are playing very, very patient when it comes to this bottom sort of area here. Blue buff on the mark here. Going to be Lindo, maybe going to secure it. But I mean, Con's not in the area to take it, so might be better on someone. All right, here we go. The beautiful stun onto the wall. Black Cat completely just gets taken out. We're going to see that Dead Sonata coming out from the Granger here, popping the time journey once again. He's going to get completely blown up by the Esmeralda, who doesn't care about shields. There we go. Numenor Blast onto 2. Here we go. Oh my god. St. Jinx comes in with the Petrify. Completely blows up another one there. Praise's Wrath. It actually blows up Lindo. This is going to be enough, though. Here comes the Bravest Fighter in the back lines, though. It's going to be Zelpix taking out St. Con. This actually could go in the favor of the Poggers 2.0 2.0 team right now. St. Z King dodging out the stuns. It's gonna be a 3-for-2 trade in favor of St. Dynasty, but that one still hurt. They lost their jungler, so I don't think they can take the Lord.
Yeah, man, I don't think both teams can focus on the Lord at the moment. You know, a lot of stuff, or a lot of their heroes were taken down in that skirmish, so they, you know, they have to play it safe a bit. But Jinx was caught in a very bad position, but did use the rough waves to get out. So that is one ultimate that Poggers 2.0 won't necessarily worry about. But now they want to burst down this Lord, because I don't think Khan will make it in time.
Okay, here we go. The fight comes up. Raven Spicer straight on the front line right now. Same with Z King. He's going to get taken out by that Praise's Wrath once again. There's the Bulwark. It's reflecting a few spells, but it's not going to be able to reflect enough. Immortality pop by State Circuit here. It's going to be Poggers 2.0 again, winning a fight for themselves nearer towards the base. Not really. That was a Lord fight, actually, that they actually won. So they are still able to fight back in this situation, as we're now looking at that Lord, that enhanced Lord. In fact, it's going to be crashing down onto this bottom tower right now. So the Saints, they need to be very, very careful about how they approach their high ground defense now. I feel like their high ground defense is not as good as the high ground defense coming in from Poggers, though. So I feel like, just in terms of draft, okay, I'm not talking about how their players here. But we'll have to see how it runs out as we now look. Okay, there it is. Lord charges down that bottom lane right now. It's going to be able to get the tower. Sedum Z King. Look at the Karo's HP bar, man. He is so damn tanky. I don't know how he's going to die without 4 people focusing him. Oh my god. Black Cat comes in, takes out St. Jake's immediately, gets the double kill. It's going to be the Nitard as well, cleaning up for himself. It's going to be another tower taken down on top of that as well. The base, it's wide open. The minions, they're there to finish it off. Poggers 2.0, they're going to take the game in a very quick fashion. What a performance.
Very quick and very clean, man. What a performance from Poggers 2.0. But also, what a Ruby DD combination from Black Cat, man. That was MVP worthy. That ultimately changed everything and took out everyone. So GG to him, man. That was unexpected and that was well played.
Dude, that was some sick TikTok plays right there, dude.
I'm not going to lie.
That was I don't think I've ever seen a Lunox get a kill so fast, dude. That was insane.
Yeah, Black Cat saying what's up to Larry and B, saying you're not the only one who can play Lunox. I can do that and I can do that well. But that's what we're seeing right now, man. Black Cat with a wonderful play. But let that not distract you from how good Cairo was. You know, as we've mentioned, the Fed is a very good pick. One of the best picks in the jungle because of the sustainability, not necessarily because of the wave clear, but the utility from this hero. You know, with a Praise's Wrath, you can turn the game, or you can turn the tide of the game within a flash. So that played to the hands of Poggers 2.0. That does unfortunately mean that Saint Dynasty will go to the lower bracket, but since today is the final day, we'll probably see them again if they get the win against Equilibrium. But yeah, those are my 2 cents for this match. What about you, man?
Unfortunately, I think there's no time for my 2 cents just at the moment. I think we have to cut this right now. We're going to be right back while we sort out the next lobby. This is when things got to get a little complicated. So I will be right back when it comes to the next games. Stay tuned to see if they do happen.
But
Your team
Hello
is
everybody,
banning.
welcome back. We have our match on our hands here. It's going to be the Saints versus Equilibrium in the lower bracket finals. So whoever wins this will go on to face Poggers 2.0 in the grand finals, which will be a best of 3. And now we're looking at these two teams. You know, Equilibrium, they've come a long way through this lower bracket, finally facing off against one of the other best teams of the tournament, as we're now seeing, Saints actually missing a ban there, interestingly enough. What do you think about that?
Shadows.
you know, when you first pick, you want to leave as many OP picks as possible so that you can take them. So maybe that's the strategy. But we'll wait to see what happens with that. But as you've mentioned, Saint Dynasty and Equilibrium, one of the two best teams. I think I'm echoing the sentiment from the last game. However, you know, this game will determine if Saint Dynasty will have the opportunity for revenge. But for now, we are seeing the Matilda and Loyi band. A lot of respect being put onto Circuit with that Matilda as well as Jinx on that Loyi. Very good picks, man. What do you... Okay, I want you to try to predict some of the drafts that these teams might go for. So what do you think these teams will go for?
I mean, if I'm predicting something, I'm predicting a Diggy coming in from Equilibrium here. I mean, they've straight up picked that Minotaur immediately off the bat. So that's quite a big statement coming in from Saint Dynasty there, picking up that hero like that. You know, it is obviously the classic counter, the Diggy versus Minotaur sort of combo. But, you know, if you can play around it, then you can play around it, you know. They may be doing something like this, right? Where they pick this Black Dragon, this Yu Zhong, to maybe bait out a few time journeys if it does ever come out. So I feel like it's definitely not such a bad idea to, you know, big brain it, you know, pick a lot of stuns anyway, even with the threat of Diggy around. But yeah, I mean, I'm liking both draws so far. We got that, obviously we have that Esmeralda that was just played in the last game. Didn't manage to win the game, but was still making so much space. I feel like this hero has definitely come out of the woodworks when it comes to the meta in this game. So yeah, I'm liking both drafts. I'm expecting a Diggy.
Yeah, man, I'm expecting a Diggy or a Diggy ban. But that being said, I kind of like the fact that they took Esme first and they're leaving the Diggy out for a bit later, because the way I'm looking at it is you know, Saint Jinx, you know, one of the heroes that he likes to play is Harith, and Harith into an Esme is really bad, so it kind of limits the type of options that Saint Dynasty can go for, because you don't want to go for somebody who's very shield heavy, because I can play heavy into Esme. So I really like the Esme in the first sort of section. But it seems as though Diggy was not the pick they went for, man. What do you think about this, Florian?
That's an interesting one. I feel like it's not too bad. Actually, do you know what I know what's happening here? Is that they don't care about stuns. What Equilibrium are about to do is some sick early game strategy that I've seen them do before, right? They pick a healer like Florin or Estes. They have a Fredrin, they have a Esmeralda, they've even got a Lilia, right? These are all very early game heroes. So they're going to be really going ham when it comes to, you know, taking team fights and out-sustaining the enemy. So we're definitely seeing something like that happen on the side of Equilibrium. As for the Saints here, they're going for way more team fight, right? They've got that Minotaur, they've got the Black Dragon, they've got Saint Con actually on the Granger. So yeah, I mean, it's actually really close when it comes to the drafts. However, if Equilibrium can pull off that insanely aggressive playstyle, then they should be able to steamroll over the Saint Dynasty here. So I'm keen to see what's gonna happen here.
Yes, but one thing too mentioned, Saint Khan is not on the Granger, is on the X-Borg. One of the most meta heroes for the jungle, especially when you go up against the tank jungle. So I guess that's why they left out the Fred and didn't pick it in the first phase. But I do like their last two picks being the Lunox and the Carry. I know they don't necessarily perform well in the early game, which kind of alludes to what you were talking about. But however, you know, when you have the Yu Zhong as well as the Minotaur, I think you have enough, you know, survivability, you have enough utility to survive the early game. So yeah, man. And also to the side of Equilibrium, I think they were going for an Uber-esque type of draft because it's a lot of sustain and at the same time it's a lot of heal. So I think that's their main strategy. But in terms of draft, I do. I'm gonna be biased for a minute. I'm just gonna say I prefer the Saint Dynasty draft, man. So what about you?
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like their draft it's very applicable. You know, it does what it needs to do. It's just whether they can survive this early game aggression that we're already seeing on the top lane here, almost getting the kill onto Saint Z-King with those Lilia balls. I'm not entirely sure what you call them, but never mind, scratch that. But yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, I still hold to what I said earlier, where if Equilibrium get ahead in this early game, it's over. It's completely over. They're gonna steamroll the heck out of them, and they need to be very careful about that.
I don't know about over. I don't know about over, but I do echo your sentiments, man. A snowball can be very dangerous to the side of Saint Dynasty, especially if they don't manage the early game really well. But I do think they have enough for them to, you know, last out these team fights and last out some of these plays. So I think this is going to be really even, man. But now we're seeing a Teriyaki, you know, with a bit of aggression, especially now in the early game. But he's brought down really low. But Appraiser's Wrath manages to get the first kill, but Muzi King says no, I will trade it back. So that is a mage for a jungler, and in my books, it seems as though Saint Dynasty come out better in that trade.
Oh my god, that Praises Wrath. He was literally on, as I always like to say, a pube hair of HP there, right there. And that translates into a huge amount of damage when it comes to that Appraiser's Wrath, managing to heal himself back up as well. Saint Jinx just got completely deleted in that engagement. But yeah, it was a trade, so not the worst in the end. Something we haven't talked about as well is obviously that X-Borg, right? It's a very good matchup into that Fredrin. So if he can get items on Saint Con, this Teriyaki's going to be in a lot of danger when it comes to that. So they, as I said, they have to keep that aggression up before it gets too late.
Yep. You have to keep the aggression up, but also timed aggression, man. If it's seamless, if it's just random, it will blow up in their faces. But it seems as though Saint Dynasty want to take this blue. They do commit a lot of ult as well as the retry for it, and Khan does manage to get it. But now Equilibrium are like, no, we want a trade back. But Saint Dynasty are able to disengage from that. But as I was saying, man, there's a lot of early game aggression from both teams, so I don't necessarily think it favors one team specifically. So especially when you consider the type of draft they went for, you know, the carry and the Lunox, you just give them 2 items and then you're going to feel their damage. And I think that's what Saint Dynasty were hoping for, is that, you know, we know you have your hero, but we also have our heroes that can deal a lot of damage to you.
As you saw in the bot lane, a bit of a trade of spells right there. Saint Circuit had to use that flicker to get out of that huge Appraiser's Wrath once again. So yeah, Teriyaki's being very scary when it comes to this Fredrin hero. Mobajuju, he's doing pretty well as well. You know, he's pumping out that damage. That's exactly what he needs to do as that Lilia when it comes to this game. So, I mean, okay, here we go. I mean, Saint Dynasty, they raided the blue buff, and now they're going to get their blue buff raided here a little bit as well. Although there's quite a lot of members on the side of them here, maybe defending it. It's going to be Saint Con taking out 2 blue buffs now. So that's a little bit of a trade when it comes to the jungle. So we're going to maybe see a little bit of a slight change in pace in the game coming from now.
But something to also take notice of is that Equilibrium took full advantage of that turret shielding, and as we all know, that turret shielding can be a huge benefit, but Saint Khan caught in a very bad position as a lot of the engages onto him, but Long gets taken down. They're saying you are way too aggressive and we can punish you for it, and punish them they did.
We are going to see the turtle fight coming out though. Saint Con, he's going to not have his HP bar, his Faraga armor to maybe secure the turtle with that last insanity. We are going to see Teriyaki though on about half HP. He's going to be able to go in, but oh, Shady getting a huge blazing duet on the side there. And oh my Kusei takes out Saint Con. Teriyaki as well. An amazing Praises Wrath, securing not only the turtle, but gets the kill onto Saint Circuit. Equilibrium, they're really showing us what they can do with these heroes.
Yeah, man. But I know you said you echoed Teriyaki in that, but one person I also like to shout out is Kusei. You know, with the Blazing Duet, he was dealing a lot of damage and forced Saint Khan into a very compromising position, and that's what allowed for that play. But as you were saying, that early game advantage or that early game snowball, it seems as though it's going um, to the side of equilibrium. But also look at the level gap between Kerry and Claude, man. Yeah, that's just absolutely crazy, man. That goes to show you what happens when you put a jungle main into the gold. But now we're seeing Teriyaki invade onto the blue. He's not happy. He wants to take something else as well. He's like, I'll get the full utility from this, and I think he did manage to retreat it. And also managed to disengage safely.
Okay, here we go. They're St. Con in a bit of danger right now. Momojuji did take that blue buff away, so now St. Con starting to struggle when it comes to the experience department. I feel like Teriyaki, yeah, he's level 8 compared to the... I mean, Teriyaki's level 9 compared to the level 8 of this X-Borg. Talking about the X-Borg, goes in with that last insanity here, misses out because of those black juice coming in from Juju. Teriyaki maybe wants to continue a little bit more, trying to find St. Con. Is he going to be able to make it out? He has no more resources to get away. Teriyaki, he uses that retribution, no escape for that X-Borg. It's going to be long shot taking out St. Jinx as well. So now that aggression, that equilibrium I was talking about, it's coming into play. You know, if I look at the items, I'm pretty sure, yep, there it is. It's going to be that Flask of the Oasis coming in from the Florin. So now all of a sudden their team has like 5 rose gold meteors at extra value when it comes to this hero. And you know, it's not easy to play against the Florin this early because you know that bloom, it makes your team immune to anti-heal for a brief period of time. So even though we're gonna get anti-heal coming in from the Minotaur, it's not gonna change too much.
Yeah, man, it's not going to change too much, but also look at who has the blessing from Florin. But it seems as though the Uber-esque type of strategy that I was talking about, that's what they're going for. But oh, Lindo caught in a very bad position. Kusei does manage to take back the trade, but it seems as though he will go down for it, and Saint Khan does manage to get the kill. Juju here trying to revenge his teammate, but Saint Khan manages Saint Khan manages to escape. It's that time of season, so flu is a very reoccurring thing, so sorry about that.
Okay, but here we go. The team fight starts, I think, a little bit here. We're going to have the lights out ultimate coming out from St. Jinx here. Teriyaki wants to keep up the fight. He's going to get gone on by St. Circuit. Is he going to be able to make it out here? There's a Praise Rat, not really going to be on the mark too much. Black Dragon form on the back lines here. We're going to see a huge knockup coming in from Circuit here. Is it going to be enough to get the team into the right position that they want to be in? But the Bloom completely heals up Long Schlong, basically the full HP. He's still fighting here. Is he going to go down? No, comes out of a slither of HP, and now Equilibrium, they're going to be able to push in the mid lane here without contestation.
Yeah, man, without contestation. And as you mentioned, as soon as you get a snowball and you put that on Esme's name, it's really, really difficult for a team to come back, especially when you look at the itemizations or the items that they have at the moment. Saint Khan only has that dominance ice to counteract. You know, I think he's building towards that Flask of Oasis to also be able to heal up his teammates a bit. But even when you look at the builds at the moment, man, the carry only has the corrosion side, and I think he's building up towards that golden staff, as opposed to Kusei, who already has the Trinity build locked and loaded. So that early game snowball is really carrying Equilibrium at the moment, man.
They're definitely doing exactly that, right? I still agree with my last point, right? If the Saints get their items, get their levels, they are actually a much bigger threat, I feel like, compared to Equilibrium right now, because, you know, they got the carry gonna shred through the Esmeralda, you got the Minotaur doing some sick late game sets, you got the X-Borg doing huge amounts of damage, percent damage to those tanky targets. So it's just a matter of time. Are they gonna be able to hold off enough for to be able to, you know, start winning some fights? Because right now, if we're looking at the tower advantage, Equilibrium have not, like, even lost a single tower, and I don't think any of them have even been touched. But anyway, we are going to see the Lord coming down in the middle here. It's not going to be any enhanced Lord, so it's not going to be able to hurt too much when it comes to towers. We are seeing, yeah, I mean, that's all they need to do right now, right? The Saints, they need to turtle up, you know, take a fight by their base, make everyone group up for that Minoan Fury to make better all those purifies is the most important thing. Here we go. We are going to see the Lord coming in straight down into the middle. But look at this Lilia doing so much damage in oh my god. They're actually already low by the time the fight has already started here. Lindo, he's going to be trying to defend this bottom tower. But oh my Kusei, he's going to shred that tower as well. Okay, Xborg, Faraga armor taken down. Does have the immortality to work with though. So he should be able to be a little bit more aggressive, but it's so impossible against the lineup of Equilibrium. Kaido is just keeping them alive. All the trades are going to be favored towards them.
Yeah, man, all the trades are going to be favored against them. But as you said, it's a matter of time, and we'll see how long it takes, or if it gets to the late game where Saint Dynasty will be able to dominate a bit. But it's all about tower defense, man. However, I will say being able to defend 2 base inhibitor turrets against that type of siege, I still think they have a chance here, man. What about you?
I still think they have a chance, right? That Minoan Fury, when it comes out, you know, if they don't have Purifies ready, it could really mean bad news for the side of Equilibrium, because they do have all the damage to back it up. You know, they've got Lindo with those speedy light wheels, going to be able to shred some HP bars, as well as Saint Con coming in with that Lost Insanity. It's going to absolutely shred. So they need to be so careful. On Equilibrium's defense, you know, they still have the Claude, right? The Claude, he's going to be doing so much damage in this late game with that Blazing Duet that they also need to be able to respect that. So what I'm looking for, I guess, is maybe, you know, a Black Dragon form coming out, trying to bait that Claude's Purify, and then all of a sudden, Saint Circuit, he's going to go in, knock him up, and get him dead. So it's all about the layering of skills when it comes to this late game.
Not even, man. I think it's just the pure base defense, because the thing about having a support in the roam position is that you don't necessarily have somebody to be that front laner type of engage. Let's just, you know, make a set, force something if they don't necessarily have the load. So that's what they're going to play towards. However, that does also play to the hands of Saint Dynasty, man. You're not going to be able to compete for some of these lords. You're not going to be able to, you know, clear up. So maybe if they just freeze a few lanes and just say, no, we're going to focus on base defense, because we do have a decent amount of clear with the Xborg as well as Saint Jinx and Lindo. That's a decent amount of wave clear. So as long as they can focus on that, get a few items, get a few anti-hero, I do think this game can turn around, and you never know what might happen, man.
You never know what will happen. As you now see the flower control going into Teriyaki. If you have a quick look at what that flower does exactly, in the late game, it's just going to give him adaptive attack, as well as some extra damage. So I feel like it's not a bad idea to put on the Fredrin, just so that he can do a little bit more damage in that late game, because, you know, Fredrin is reaching that sort of point in the game where he's not doing that much damage anymore. He's just sort of absorbing all the damage that the Saints are doing to him. As you're now going to see Oh My Kusei going in, gets the tower. Here we go, lights out ultimate by the Lunas, gets committed right now. Lord pushing down the bottom lane here. They want to end the base right now. Oh My Kusei, he's going to be able to hit the base a little bit here, but it's a huge Minoan Fury, but is it going to be enough? Saint Circuit, he's going to get blown up. Lindo, he's trying his best to do some damage just to defend the base, but Oh My Kusei, he's focusing it down. It's not going to be enough. Equilibrium will come out on top, coming through the lower bracket and winning themselves their way into the grand finals.
Yeah, man, a bit of an cut from Equilibrium to reach the grand final. Congratulations to them, and especially Juju, man. He was the way he was zoning out Saint Dynasty kind of helped you know, build up the snowball for Equilibrium, and they played it really well. Also, the wave management from them in the last few moments went really well. It seems as though Saint Dynasty's decision not to pick the Fred came back to haunt them, and that eventually led to Equilibrium having their, you know, having their win conditions, man, and playing that Uber-esque type of playstyle that I was mentioning. And yeah, man, that was a good game from them, and congratulations to Equilibrium. Saint Dynasty. This is the end of their road But however, this is not the end of their journey. In total, we will see them in the MSA tournament starting in in a week's time, if I'm not mistaken. So watch out for them. If you liked how Saint Dynasty plays, trust and believe this will not be the last time. But for this tournament, we have to say goodbye. But yeah, man, that's it for me. What are your 2 cents on the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly as I thought it was going to happen, right? If Equilibrium, had not such a bad early game, I'm not trying to take the credit here, but I really did feel like that was what their draft was. It was very clear as to what they wanted to do, and they pulled it off. They had that Florin coming in at the sort of mid-game time and keeping the teammates alive, and it all came together like that. But anyway, that's going to be that game here. We are going to see the grand finals coming out to you tonight. We're just going to try and get Poggers 2.0 into the lobby, and we should be in for a wild ride. So see you guys in just a second. Okay, everybody, we are back. We got a nice lobby getting started here. Looks like Juju. Gonna see if Juju can finally win a coin flip. Is he going to win the coin flip? It's gonna be heads!
Oh! Wait, is that him? Oh, my bad. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for witnessing me geeking off. Some of the plays that have inspired me to go to the MM and focus on that role are in this lobby. So I'm a bit geeking out at the moment. Kinda excited for this game. But yeah, this is the grand final. We finally made it, man. How do you feel?
I am
finally made it to the penultimate final.
I am so excited, man. Oh my god.
I'm kind of curious. I'm wondering how many people actually guessed that these 2 teams would make it to the final.
Ah, man, I'm so excited, man. I'm ready to see some cool stuff. Both of these teams have been incredibly powerful when it comes to these games. I think we're ready to start.
We're ready to start, and in a few seconds, man. This is the final
Your
of
team is banning.
the tournament. I hope you guys are excited as I am, because this was the light of the certain
Always on the
people in the
way.
Your
comments.
team is banning.
I was checking out the comments a few times and I help it.
Praise the
So
stars.
prediction
your
magic.
team
The
is
fact
banning.
that Pogus 2.0 have also made a trade, not a trade, a sub. Thank you very much, a sub. That being Taka, man. That being Taka. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of the Mavs players. A really, really, and I mean really strong marksman player.
Okay, hold on. I'm just making a nice poll to get everybody
Time to
hyped
go to the RT show.
for the
Team's
game
gonna
coming
be
in.
fun.
See value in me?
Equilibrium.
Your team
All
You
right.
should.
Right. As that poll is shown, you guys will tell us which of these two teams you guys are favoring for, or which one of these two teams you think will get the victory. But as for the bans, it seems as though Pogus 2.0 have banned the Matilda as well as the Lilium. And to the side of Equilibrium, they did ban out the Fed. They saw what Kyrie did to Saint Dynasty, and they said, no, we don't want any of that. They also banned out this Loyi. However, I do like the fact that Equilibrium responded with a Ling and Esme combination. Esme is really good up against an Angela, and also they were very cautious. You don't want to face the Ling Angela combination, especially when you have such a high mechanical or high performing teams. So I think that was a good pick from them. But Pogus 2.0 respond with the Panda, Kai, the Panda in the jungle, as well as the Moskov, one of the meta marksmen at the moment. But these are the drafts we're seeing at the moment, man.
Your team is
Yeah, I
banning.
mean,
what do you think about the drafts?
It's an interesting one, right? There's been a bit of a switch in the terms of the drafts here. I mean, Equilibrium, they sort of knew what they wanted to go for, right? They wanted to go for the Ling Angela combo, but Black Cat just swooped it up, took it away from them, now forcing Teriyaki to play this Ling hero without the Angela support. Let's see if he can still play the hero just as effectively as he always does. You know, you guys have seen Teriyaki in the ranked games spamming that Ling Angela combo, as well as Kusei. They've been sort of getting all their stars like that. So it's putting their combo to the test, you know. They're going to try it out. They're going to see if they can do it. They do have Mobajuju on his signature here as well, though. You know, they've got the Faramis coming out here. So yeah, I mean, we got some pretty comfort picks here. Long Schlong as well on ever always going for that Esmeralda. So, you know, both teams, they're feeling themselves right now.
Yeah, man, it seems as though both teams are feeling themselves, but I'm kind of shocked that nobody went for Harriet. Like, I don't know if the nerf, I don't know if she was nerfed to the ground and back to, to the moon. I don't know what's going on.
Green and lively.
But I'm kind of surprised that nobody picked it up, especially seeing that it was available. And also to the side of Equilibrium, I'm especially surprised that they didn't pick it up, because the Harriet really does well against the Moskov, or rather does well against any lane composition. But when you pair that up with an Esme rather than against, I do think the Harriet would have been a good pick. But that's picks or rather the marksman pick they did go for is the carry. And we have a Florian again, this time not in the hands of Equilibrium, but Pogus 2.0, and the last pick, which is Kaido, taking the Minnow. I'm a really big fan of Equilibrium's draft, maybe because I'm biased with some of the heroes, not the players, but some of the heroes. But maybe that is me. What about you, man?
Look, I think both teams are very, very strong here. We got this interesting draft, though, coming in from Poggers, right? They stole two heroes coming in for Equilibrium, right? They stole the Angela, and they're going to draft it mid lane. And then they steal the Florin. So they're going to have an insane amount of healing capabilities coming into this game right now. I don't know why my flashlight is on. Hold on, my phone. Oh, my God. There we go.
Yo, I'm only noticing it now. But it's an Angela mid and a Florian. That's a double support. I did not actually notice that. I did not actually notice that. That is crazy.
Oh,
But
oh my God,
I don't know. I don't necessarily know about that, man.
my stream is being very weird. Hold on, we're gonna lose visuals for just a second here. It's coming back. Okay, it's coming back. We're not going to do this again. The visuals will be back now. There we go. Okay, visuals are back. Excuse me for that. I think something about turning off my flashlight was just messed with the settings a little bit here. But yeah, as you said, it's going to be the Angela mid, right? I'm a little bit concerned because the Roma coming in as well as the mid laner for Poggers both have abysmal wave clear. So they're not going to be able to rotate as fast, but that is extended by the fact that they are going to have some insane healing and an insane mid-game timing before those anti-heals come out.
Yeah, man. Well said. However, they, the thing is, whenever you have an Angela and you put it up against an Esme, the Esme can do real good damage. But oh, Kyrie caught in a very bad position. He doesn't have the heavy spin at the moment, and it seems as though he's going to go down as he is the first taken down from the side of Equilibrium. They do gain the advantage at the moment because it allows them a bit of map pressure. But Zelfix, I don't know if he was lagging, but stayed way too much in the faces of Teriyaki and the rest of the Equilibrium. They do manage to get 2 kills before the first, not the first Lord, the first turtle. And I think that plays really, really well into what Equilibrium are trying to do. But what do you think about that early game aggression from Zelfix, man?
Yeah, I mean, he did extend a bit too far, right? Not level 4, doesn't have that Black Dragon. So he was being a little too far ahead of himself. As we are going to see the turtle be taken down, Karo, maybe looking to snipe it with that retribution. Is he going to be able to get it? He's going to swoop in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Teriyaki. He's going to be nice and quick with those with those hands. Excuse me. Before we carry on, we're looking at the polls here. We got 18 votes, 61% favored to Equilibrium right now on the poll. So that is what everyone thinks. People are thinking Equilibrium is gonna take this. So yeah, let's see if you guys are right and if Equilibrium are gonna be able to win this best of 3. So far, they're starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, man, they're starting to look good, and the disadvantage towards the side of Poggers 2.0 is starting to show really, really. When I actually look at these heroes, I think draft-wise, Equilibrium won by a landslide, bro. They won by a landslide because when you consider the damage or the damage dealers from the side of Poggers 2.0, it's just Moskov. It's just Moskov because usually the Yuzong is used as more of like a zoning type of hero, so he won't necessarily be as reliable as the damage dealer. So the only true damage dealer they have is the Moskov, man.
Oh my God.
And I don't know how that will play out for them.
Dude, what is happening to my visuals? I'm so sorry, guys. We're coming back with the visuals now.
Okay, since the visuals was down for a moment, there was a gank. There was a 4-man gank on top lane onto Zelfix. He did use the Black Dragon form to escape, and this does allow Equilibrium to focus on that turret, and they might be able to get it.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying my best to make sure that this doesn't happen all the time. I think it's my wire, dude. It's acting up here. I'll try and keep my hand still. I think my hand might be getting into the way here. We shouldn't have any more problems, okay? I'm going to keep my hand very still, so don't expect any more visual problems. As we are going to see in the bottom lane here, we're going to see the Minoan Fury coming out onto 2, make it 3 with their Heart Guard. We're going to see also the heavy spin coming out of the Moba Juju, but there it is. It's going to be that Purify, keeping them nice and safe. Going to be a double kill coming in from Longslong right now. Karo also in a bit of danger, needs to start running away. Teriyaki is going to be able to get a little bit harassed done as well. Look at Longslong. He's in there. He's not letting them have any space to do anything they want to do. That's something else I wanted to talk about, right? Was sure, they have a lot of healing, and the Angela also gives a big shield, but that's exactly what Esmeralda wants, right? That's like a classic matchup, the Angela versus Esmeralda combo, as we're now going to see half of Black Cat's HP just go completely down from 1 star fall, and now Teriyaki is going to be able to get the turtle in the back lines and joining the fight not so long afterwards. Papi Chulo going to get done a little bit by him, but Zulpix in the front lines. Here we go, Tempest and Blades coming out as well. They're maybe going to be able to secure that blue buff. Are they going to be able to defend it though? The Retribution, I don't really know who it went to. It looks like it went to Karo actually. So, not the biggest loss, but definitely not a great trade for the side of Poggers.
But also remember that Taka did take down Nikusa in a 1v1, so the Moskov will have a will have a kill to his name, and the earlier the Moskov gets online, the better Poggers 2.0's composition will be. But okay, the Minoan Fury is used in the mid lane, and Black Cat is taken really, really low, but miraculously he does manage to survive. But oh my, Kusei with the combination of the heavy spin gets taken down, but Kaido caught in a very bad position. The Faramis is used to protect him, and he does survive. However, Black Cat is taken down. A killing spree for Taka at the moment as he is on line. 1 HP left and a shutdown from Long Shlong onto Taka to shut down this menace and this menace on the Moskov. Sorry. But also one thing I wanted to take notice of is that since Moskov is the only damage dealer, Angela can't necessarily ult him because the shield that as Angela gives to Moskov will only play into the hands of Esme and Longslong.
And that's also studied by the fact that Akai is also technically a shield hero. You know, the more he uses his skills, the more shield he gets. You know, Longsong doesn't give a damn about that stuff, right? He's just going to be shredding, getting those shields from everyone here. As we're looking at now, Caro, he's taking his shield down. Here we go. Heart God comes out, but is it going to be enough? We're going to see the Starfall coming out onto Papi Chulo. There's the heal. Is he going to be able to make it out of there? Flicker committed. Here we go. Oh my God. Look at Teriyaki playing around with that Tempest of Blades. Taken down from the wall, though. He might be in a bit of danger, but he's going to be able to dash away into safety. Teriyaki, he wants to, Taka, excuse me, maybe wants to continue the fight here. They're going to be able to get the kill on Samoba Juju and maybe make it Kaido as well, but he's nice and safe with the help of that flicker getting into safety. As now, Poggers 2.0, they're starting to come back with a little bit of heat for themselves, sort of equalizing the gold gap as well.
Yeah, man, that was way too aggressive from the side of Equilibrium, but Taka is dealing a lot of damage to Juju. They do manage to get the turtle, but however, Juju is caught in a very bad position, forced to use the ultimate as a disengaged, but now Equilibrium are saying, no, we can fight this. However, the heals from Papi Churro as well as Black Cat are making them think otherwise, but the heavy spin is used from
There it is. It's going to be that big Minoan Fury landing on a few members. Taka, he's doing... I mean, we were talking about this earlier, right? All their damage is just Taka. But that's exactly what's happening right now. He's doing all the damage for the side of Poggers 2.0 here. Longslong, he's going to try and get away, but he's going to get rooted up by this Angela. I don't think he can 1v4. He's probably going to take it down. Flask of the Oasis comes out as well. He's still living. Somehow, Starfall comes out. The chase keeps still going on. Longslong will finally get taken down as we see Poggers 2.0 finishing off the fight in style.
Yeah, man, finishing off this the fight in style, but also kind of plays to what I was talking about. The longer the fight goes, the more benefit it is towards Poggers 2.0. But Taka is extremely aggressive in this game, and seeing the type of composition they have at the moment, it's understandable why they took a marksman change. But Taka is being altered. He goes into the back line, no fear, says, no, I have a decent amount of backup and I'm going to do damage. He's just
doing everything.
Imagine a Moskov acting like an Esme.
I mean, here we go. The fight continues. Zelpix gets a kill onto Moba Juju. That is no NetherRealm to work with, but he does have quite a short respawn, so he's going to be able to join the fight not so long from now. Taka, he's still throwing those spears. He's doing everything for his team right now. Longslong misses out the Starfall coming up from the Esmeralda and gets stunned against the wall. This is what I like to call a hyper carry draft, right? It's all about defending this Moskov, making sure he has the best game he can ever have. In fact, he's having such a good game that he's been fighting so long that he's out of a mana pool.
Yeah, man, it's out of mana. That's how long that team fight was. But that kind of goes to show how back and forth this game is. But also something to take notice of is Taka with the Blade of Despair, the Moskov ultimate. The way he's able to capitalize on that ultimate and use it at the right time, right moments is very impressive.
Oh, but here we go. The Hypercarry is in a bit of danger here. Oh my, Kusei, no! He's just gonna completely flip the switch. He's gonna take down one, maybe make it two. But Teriyaki, he has to start running away for his life right now. As we're now seeing that 2v9 gameplay coming in from Taka. Is he gonna be able to follow it up though? No Fury, not gonna be able to happen. But finally, gonna be a shutdown coming in from Long Schlong. It's not gonna have, they're not gonna have enough damage to take out the Esmin now. So I'm pretty sure she can just do whatever she wants. As you are gonna see in the Lord, Kara will get the retribution battle against Teriyaki. Here we go. Zelpix as well wants to try and catch Teriyaki out from the walls right now. Heavy spin as well committed. Boba Juju, I think he's about to say, oh, he accidentally pulls him in and warrants his own death in that situation. Bloom comes out from Papichulo. He's going to try and stay away alive from this oppression that Long Schlong is giving right now. But oh my god, what a set of events.
Yeah, man, what a set of events, a back and forth that is non-stop. The Moskov with the Spear of Destruction again, you know, oh my days. Kusei caught in a very bad position, taken to half HP, but he will survive. However, Taka is mounting on the mid torrents, taking them one by one, making sure that you know, or everybody knows that he is dominating in this game.
I mean, obviously, we're also going to look at the flower coming on onto Moscow, right? That extra damage is actually starting to show right now. Teriyaki, he's in a bit of danger here. He's going to get blown up. Hot God comes out. Not even necessary. Oh, my God. It's not looking good for Equilibrium just at this current moment. As we are going to see Taka, he's pushing into the middle lane right now. He's going to be starting to do that damage to the towers. Minone Fury, only going to land onto one, though. It's on Kara on the back lines. Kaido gets pushed back as well. There it is. The Netherrealm going to be able to keep him alive, get him out of that situation. But, oh my god, Juju, he's not gonna make it here, I think. Gets completely blown up by Taka's insane damage. 11 minutes, has 4 items, man. He is carrying.
Man, he is carrying the game. And he doesn't even have to go for any defense items, man. He just has to play towards what... He just has to play towards what Poggers 2.0's idea is, and that is just to give him the amount of time and support he needs to absolutely dominate. And that is what has been happening, and that is working for Poggers 2.0 at the moment.
You know, this hyper carry sort of playstyle, it does come at a cost, right? The cost being, as soon as Taka dies, it's like over, you know? It's not over, the game is not over, but the fight is 100% over, right? They have no damage, right? They need to be able to keep this man alive, because if he falls even one time in a situation like this, the game can start to shift in terms of how, like, it can really start to shift, you know? Like, this Esmeralda is going to be doing whatever she wants, and all of that, etc. I think I'm rambling on to this point too long. We are going to see that the Spear of Destruction misses out on the front there. Yeah, I mean, do you think they have Equilibrium have what it takes to maybe take this Moskov out of the fight?
Yeah, man, I actually do think they have what it takes. However, they have to find a way to counteract the Florin, because the Florin is what I think is the biggest problem at the moment. Whenever Florin uses that ultimate, it makes it so Moskov can heal regardless of any anti-heal, and I think that's what's catching them out at the moment. But Kusei does manage to get a 1v1 at the top lane.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're being honest, you know, it's all about the Moskov. I mean, who cares if the Dragon's dead? They're still going to try and take the fight here. Oh, actually, we're going to see a teleport coming out. Oh, Moskov in a really good position to just start hammering those spears onto them. Here we go. Double kill coming in from Taka. Maybe make it a triple in just a second. But with Juju, he can only do that, and that is to run away from that man with the spears. Long Schlong, I think he's not wanting, he doesn't want to be near that Moskov. He's going to get completely shredded. I feel like they have enough space to take that Lord down now.
Yeah, man, especially that, since Teriyaki is not in the team fight anymore, it does give Hairu the opportunity to take down this Lord. But Long Schlong says, you know what, I'm going to be a nuisance regardless and show myself here.
Okay, here it is. Karo does get that retribution. Oh, Long Schlong. He's not going to be able to get to 1v9 in this situation. There's just too many big people on the side of Poggers right now. It is not looking good for them. We're going to see that it's going to be the Enhanced Lord. So it's going to be charging down onto that middle tower. We can see the end of the game maybe nearing by quite soon. How are they going to hold up? Do you think they're going to be able to defend against this onslaught of skills and communication that Poggers is displaying so beautifully?
Yeah, man, it's starting to look bleak, but be not dismayed. They still have a few options
Florin.
into their lineup, and that is one of them. With the Florin not in the team fight anymore, the Esme can go onto the Moscow easily and can survive. But now they got in a very bad position, and if they're taken down, they won't be able to defend this Lord, and this might be GG. A few base inhibitor torrents are taken down, but oh, Taka says no, I'm still going to fight, but a heavy spin by Kairu onto Kusei, but there is no damage to follow it up. But Kairu is caught in a very bad position. However, the gold lead is just too much right now, man.
The base is open. I mean, Taka's just gonna slam it. There it is, guys. You know, hyper carry meta, maybe it's back, dude. You know, if you just draft enough survivability to keep your allies alive, maybe they'll start doing damage. And that is exactly what happened here. We're going to see MVP obviously is going to go to the side of Taka, but it wasn't alone. He had all the backup necessary to keep him alive and keep himself carrying this game. Unfortunately for Shady, he does eat the bronze, you know. I feel like this carry was just not a decent enough pick here. Not to flame it too much here, obviously, but yeah, I mean, damn, what a game.
Man,
what
the
a game.
Carry is not necessary. Yeah, what a game. But yeah, to echo your sentiments, the carry is not necessarily the best hero to take up against a composition like this. However, if a few things had went their way, I do think that game could have, you know, completely subsided. But however, you know, I know this does not show in the KDA and does not show in the involvements, but I cannot stress this enough. Buffy Churro's ultimate was invaluable in that team fight, man. Especially when you have the Esme who can just take up the Angela shield and the survivability is up until forever. However, when you have that Florin who can just heal past the anti-heal, there's no way Taka can go down. And that allowed him to snowball, that allowed him to be involved, and that allowed him to be extremely aggressive. And that's what got Pogus 2.0 the victory. But that is my very humble opinion. Do share in the comments below what you guys think that Equilibrium could have done. Was it a draft diff? Was it a skill gap? You never know. But on to the next game, man.
Yeah, on to the next game. Oh, actually, everybody's nice and ready to go. We're just waiting on you, Mr. Airy.
Yeah, I'm fashionably early. You know, you gotta arrive in style. They have to know. But yeah, that is match point, and this could probably be the last game of the tournament. So make sure you rack up those likes. And how is the poll looking now?
Well, the poll, I'm not giving anyone second chances. The poll ended before the game one even started getting anywhere. So the poll was ended. You know, you guys voted 60%, 61% Equilibrium. Let's see if it can hold up. You know, that's still a possibility. You know, Equilibrium, they're still in the game. They can still be able, they're still able to sort of prove themselves and take the win. Take my 4,500 diamonds away from me.
Yeah, man, take the highway robbery onto Rikka, take his diamonds. However, they still can, you know, do a reverse sweep. We have seen a lot of reverse sweeps within the, you know, grand finals of many tournaments. So they still have the opportunity, and they're saying, no, we're going to ban out this Moscow.
Oh my God.
Taka. You know, it kind of justifies why I was geeking off early on. This
yeah. I can agree with the geeking part. That is justified geeking out right there. I don't really see Taka too often when it comes to the games. I think he doesn't play that often as well. I don't. So this is like seeing him like in focus for the first time. I am very, very impressed. I'm very keen to see what he can offer in terms of the games going forward. However, you know, now that Equilibrium know what's cooking, they might not be, Poggers 2.0 might not be able to go for another hyper carry draft. So they need to, Poggers, they need to be a bit more wary of how they draft going into this next game.
But one theme in today's games that I've seen is that Florin and Angela are kind of the game changers, you know, as well as Esme. So maybe one of those two teams might want to pick it up. Maybe an Esme, yeah, Longslong with the Esme. They know that the hero has been carrying them, and it was really good. However, this time Poggers 2.0 are like, you know what? We don't have the Moskov. Now it's time to show them what we have, and they're going to go with the Claude, or seemingly, they might go with the Claude Lilia combination. But also to focus on the bans, we are seeing Matilda being banned out a lot, as well as the Fred. We have seen how both these two teams are good on the Fred, as well as a low E ban. What I don't know, is Black Cat really good on low E? I haven't seen it at all. So maybe let me ask you, the one who might be knowledgeable.
I actually am a little bit knowledgeable in that department because I know that Luo Yi is actually probably the most banned hero currently in pro games at the moment. She is just so strong, and you know the likes of big teams are still prioritizing this hero because you know she has damage without items and she has that supportive aspect of being able to get the ganks flowing with that diversion. But in more pressing matters, we're looking at another Angela Florin combo coming in, but it's gonna be on the side of Equilibrium this time.
They're like, you know what? We know your draft. We know what you can do. Now let's take it for our own. But however, this does give them a chance to go for something like a Ling, something like a Ling in the jungle. Maybe Poggers 2.0 might want to ban that out because if you have the Ling as well as the Angela with the Florid, whoever your damage dealers are going to be, they're going to have a really good time. And that, is helpful for them because draft-wise, equalization-wise, they do have the Esme, so they don't necessarily have to worry about the shield being taken away. I'm just seeing positives, man. I'm just seeing positives with that two heroes, but they respond with the Estes.
Oh my
the
god.
Up.
It's the healer meta, guys. It's the healer meta coming into you right now. We're going to maybe see a few changes when it comes to South Africa now. We're going to see people picking up Estes, Flora, and Angela after this. But one thing that Poggers have for them is obviously this Barretts. This Bashia. Who's going to be nullifying that healing down to quite a T, right? So they need to be very, very careful about how they approach that. But you were right. They're going to pick up that Ling. They're going to go with that comfort. Teriyaki, he'll pick that up for himself. It's going to be the hyper carry again, right? It's going to be the hyper carry.
Yeah, it's going to be the hyper carry, but it's more stretched out this time. Instead of a tank jungler, they're gonna have a damage jungler, but also they need somebody to be able to, boss around the enemy team. And I think Esme is just that. However, I do not agree with the Lapu pick here, man. You're just playing into Esme's hands. You're going to lose that early game. That is not a question of if, buts, or maybes. That is absolute. However, implementation is a big thing. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But what do you think about Poggers 2.0's draft this time? We've already mentioned how I don't know how to even describe Equilibrium's draft, even Poggers 2.0's drafts from the last game. But I just want us to analyze the normal drafts coming out from Poggers 2.0.
Yeah, there's a clear difference in what Equilibrium are doing compared to Poggers 2.0. Poggers 2.0, they drafted a pure hyper carry solely relying on the fact that Moskov would be able to do the damage. Where as you look at Equilibrium's draft now with that hyper carry sort of core, is that they have a bit of damage outside of their obviously it's going to be the Ling, right? So I'm a little bit concerned as to them having enough survivability for all of the squishy heroes on the side of Equilibrium, right? They have two, obviously in the last game they had the Akai, the Yuzhong to sort of cover the backs of these two squishy healers characters coming in from Florin and Angela, but they don't have that coming in for Equilibrium at this point. All they have is an Esmeralda who's not that good at defending people.
Yeah, but an Esmeralda can work in the same breadth or in the same way as a Uranus. So as you see, Gonzalfix is losing that EXP matchup at the moment. It is not looking favorable for him. But the Estes pick is what I want to talk about, man. Some of these heroes here are very mobile heroes. I forget this hero, the Kairo's hero. I forget Basha. The very mobile hero. Claude, a very mobile hero. Lilia, a very mobile hero, and as well as the Lapu. So how will Papi Cheru be able to keep up and heal up his teammates if they're high mobility?
Oh, here we go. The Bakugan Brawl comes in, misses out on Omaikuse, accidentally hits the cannon minion there. We're gonna see Teriyaki maybe gonna go in here. Tempest of Blades committed. Does have the Aegis to keep himself nice and safe though. Here we go. The 4 people down on the bottom lane right now actually. We got the anti-heal coming into effect as well. You know, it's not gonna be easy sustaining through when there's a Basha on the enemy team. So we're not gonna see those huge amounts of shields coming from the Angela like we saw last game. Unless they can, you know, maybe time it with the Bloom so that they have that anti-heal immunity. So it's all about the outplays, right? Layering the skills just like last game in the right order so that we can get the maximum value out of it.
Yeah, man, but also, you know, the side of Equilibrium can't get 2 flasks of Oasis, so that will be something difficult for Pagas 2.0 to deal with. But it seems as though they're focusing on Longschlag. They're saying, no, if we can take her down or we can take him down, that will be extremely advantageous. However, a lot of ultimates, a lot of skills, and a lot of utility was used in that team fight. So it'll be interesting to see how Equilibrium respond to that, man. They still have a lot of their ultimates, they still have a lot of their utility. So now it's a 50-50, but Kairu gets the retry.
Oh, but that is going to be first blood actually as well. So that's going to be the retry gap as well as the MM gap. No, I'm kidding. But that is going to be a very good trade coming in from Poggers right now. Actually, Karo was 1 level behind, so that was really impressive that he managed to take that retribution away from Teriyaki there. So, you know, it's already looking too good for Equilibrium, but I mean, it's still early. It's too early to say, right? Things can change once we get those Flask of the Oasis on the board. Just as I was talking, you were talking about that as well. I think you do 2 Flasks of the Oasis, right? It's not about the passive. It's more about that effect that it gives. You know, it gives you a percentage increase of healing.
Yeah, man, just stacking up those heals. However, let me not geek anymore, you know what I mean? Let me not mention how good I think Taka is as a marksman player, but we are seeing a bit of an invade, or rather a collapse in the mid lane onto Black Cat. He was forced to use that Purify to survive that, so I think it is a very good trade part.
Coming in the back right there. Yeah, Longschlag just came in, swooped that kill and got out. Even had the Heart Guard ready just in case he was not able to get out safely. So beautiful play coming in from him right there. I believe Longschlag is Moba Chad. I think that's who he is. Anyone in the comments, just let me know if I'm right. Anyway, here we go. Zelpix comes in, trying to raid that blue buff as much as possible, denying it from Teriyaki. Although he's in position, there's the Heart Guard coming in. Okay, Esmeralda on the front lines as well, making a pretty good job of holding that front line, not letting Poggers come in at all. Teriyaki, he still wants to look for some more blood right now, but he's not going to be able to. But Karo, he's just holding that front line so beautifully well. Zelpix comes out as well. He's going to get immobilized, but he's got that dash away just to keep himself safe. Karo is now getting taken down. He's very low on HP. Longschlag, he'll finish him up, as we now see Equilibrium showing a little bit of fire that they have as well. Oh man, this is a close game once again.
Yeah, man, that is crazy. But I did tell you about that Esme, man. It's not necessarily the tanks that, you know, Poggers 2.0 went with for the first time, but it is still a very good pick because it can just zone out so many people. But here, Kuse getting engaged on, he did use that Purify as well as the Worldy to make sure that Black Cat and the rest of Poggers 2.0 back off. So quite a good early game from him. I know he was killed in the that first skirmish, but when you consider the Bruno and how he scales compared to the Claude, I think we're in for a game, man.
Okay, here we're gonna see the ball coming through. I mean, it's not really a ball at this point. It's like a rolling. Okay, whoever's good at geometry, you can tell me what that cylinder is called. I guess it is just a cylinder, right? That's what the official geometric term is known as when the Bashia. Am I yapping too much?
Kuse,
yeah, no,
Kuse in the bot lane.
Oh yeah, Kuse in the bot lane has the Heart Guard available, but here comes Karo with that anti-healing. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for him to survive, but oh man, he has the movement speed to back it up right now though. But Karo's not taking any damage. Those balls are just tickling him. That's not what that... Yep. On...
Yeah, the Kusi balls are tickling Cairo at the moment, but Teriyaki decides to engage again, did force out the Aegis from Papi Kuro, but also a response from Kaido with is it the blessing of something? I forgot Florian's ultimate.
Bloom.
However,
It's called Bloom.
Bloom, thank you very much. However, as I was saying, it seems as though Kusi is winning, the bot lane at the moment. But Taka, man,
Oh, long
that
song.
escape was just.
Long Slong comes in and stops him, shuts him down from that escape right there. Oh, that was quite close. Yeah, you forgot the name of Floren's ulti. I forgot the name of Esther's ulti, if you can remind me.
Blessing of the Moon Goddess.
Okay, Blessing of the Moon Goddess. That is what it's called. So we're probably going to be seeing some pretty crazy plays coming out from the Estes, right? I feel like keeping Caro alive in those certain situations with that additional healing is going to be the matter of life and death, the matter of victory or defeat for Poggers 2.0 here. As you are seeing that turtle coming down here, it's going to be a one-level difference once again. Caro pull it off again. We are going to see it's going to be, it's actually going to go to Teriyaki here. Hard gone along with the Tempest of Blades here. Papichulo has to pop that Blessing of the Moon Goddess, but it's not going to matter. Long Slong, he's going to be able to blow him up even with the help of that shield. I believe that was a Flask of the Oasis that popped there. No, it actually wasn't. I don't know. I think it was just the Aegis coming out from Papichulo was that shield. I don't know how I feel about that against the Esmeralda.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. But Taka also did manage to get a kill onto Kusei, so 1v1 trade. But the Zelfix, man, you're just giving a lot of shield onto the Esme, and Esme is forcing up the matter. But Black Cat is, focusing Kaido at the moment, trying to get the kill, and the kill he does get. However, Long Slong caught in a very bad position, being sandwiched by Curry and a few members. It will be interesting to see if he survives. Does use that falling Moon God, falling something.
I just call it Starfall because I know that there's the word star and fall are in that name. I also can't remember the name of the official ultimate there. But
yeah, even we forget some of the names, but it seems as though oh my days, Kusei doing a 1v4 survivability, but he does go down. That does allow Teriyaki to come back into the backline with a Tempest of Blades. Didn't do a lot of damage as the Blessing of the Moon Goddess keeps everybody safe. However, Long Slong in the top lane, man, just the 1v1, just hammering, how OP he is on this Esme, a 5-0-0 in terms of the KDA.
Okay, and someone in the comments did confirm that Long Slong is in fact Moba Chad. So that makes a lot of sense, right? He did like this hero when I've seen him before. Playing like the XP lane, right? So, and he's gonna see in the bottom lane though. Black Cat on the 1v1 against Kusei, almost taking him out. Bloom comes out though, as well. The black shoes though. Arrow, he wants to die, but he's completely alone. Is he gonna get taken out? He actually will be. So that's a really good kill coming in from Kara. I think that was the purple retribution that actually got the kill in the end. Here we go though. Papichulo is gonna be able to keep Kara nice and alive with that Blessing of the Moon Goddess. Here we go. It's gonna be the Hot God on coming on to Long Slong. He's gonna be able to get there nice and safe away as the chase continues. Kaido, he's getting dived as well. And all of that is not going to matter because Papichulo is keeping everyone alive with those heals. As you are going to see the Lord actually getting taken down by Teriyaki here. It's only Zelpix to come and disrupt it a little bit here. Tempest of Blades, is it going to be enough? There we go. Retribution gets it. He needs to get out now. In fact, no, he doesn't. Zelpix, he's going to get the one. He's going to be the one getting taken down. As we now see Moba Juju as well getting gone on. Taka, he's going to get the kill onto Teriyaki there. Is he going to be able to get the kill to Angela? I do not think so. Mid lane so far is actually going to be a lot of damage dealt onto Kusei and Long Slong, but the escape is there. Equilibrium, they secure the Lord and not too many casualties.
Yeah, not too many casualties, only a one and trade back as well as the buff. That is something they can afford. I think they're playing towards the late game. They should try to equalize the gold. However, something that I did not take notice of is that Equilibrium have a lot of heal, but I don't think a lot of them might consider getting a few anti-heal items. But Black Cat caught in a very bad position. Zelfix coming in with the clutch help. However, Black Cat doing a lot of damage at the moment. Papichulo with a lot of shield. The Esme is focusing onto him. Black Cat was taken down in that skirmish as well as the Estes. That is a 3-for-nothing trade at the moment as Equilibrium pile on into the mid lane as they look to take down a few torrents. That was crazy.
Oh, that was crazy indeed. I'm actually very impressed that Equilibrium are actually sustaining themselves through this fight, even carrying on. They're going to be able to get Taka, and now it's just Zelpix left in the fray of things. He's going to be able to get out Long Slong. He does have the flicker to secure his escape, but what does that cost? That's probably going to cost them a middle tower here, although there's a few people respawning on the side of Poggers here, as well as that tower shockwave. So they're not going to lose any base turrets, but they lose a lot of their advantage that they built up early game. And Basha, No, he doesn't scale too awfully well.
Yeah, man, and Basha doesn't necessarily scale all too well. However, Kusei, man, it'll be interesting to see how he scales in the late game, considering how his early game played out. You know, he wasn't necessarily the most effective. We're kind of seeing the difference between the Moskov and him. I don't know if it's a skill gap or it's a hero gap, but that does remain to be seen. But Taka right now picks up the BOD. He wants to be a menace towards this Estes. It seems as though Estes is only target. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out.
That you mean Teriyaki picked up the BOD and not Taka? I'd be a bit concerned if the Claude picked up the BOD. That's a little bit of an interesting one. No, it's okay. As we see, that is exactly what he needs to do, right? He needs to be able to blow up that Estes before he can provide that blessing of the moon goddess. But that's not going to be too easy, as we're not looking at too easy things happening top lane. Zelpixie's getting gone on by 2 people here. Is he going to be able to make it out? There it is. Blessing of the moon goddess should be able to secure his escape. He now has that flask of the oasis on that Estes, so his team is actually going to be a lot tankier than they look already. But we are going to see the Lord getting taken down by the side of Equilibrium here. Kara rolling in, maybe going to start contesting it here, but he's going to get caught out by a few members. But here come the rest of Poggers here with that shield coming in from Papi Chulo. Is it going to be enough? No! Papi Chulo gets blown up by the Esmeralda. That's that matchup we were talking about, right? The Aegis is not going to help you against that hero, as now Karo, he's also getting gone on right now. Long Slong, he has the sprint to get out nice and safely, as we are going to see that Angela taking down Zalpix in the middle lane as well by the help of that Bruno. And now we're going to see Equilibrium. They're probably going to snowball their way into the base of Poggers 2.0 right now. They're going to see the Bruno hitting his balls against that tower right now. As it should be able to go down here. Lord as well is going to spawn into that middle lane. So they have an opportunity to maybe end this game right now. Teriyaki, he's going to go in. Maybe get the kill onto Taka. Although he's going to get stunned up by Karo. Here comes Estes though, keeping his team nice and alive. Not letting anything else happen. But here we go. Kusei. He's going to walk down this mid lane with the Lord. So this is not going to be easy to defend. As now Equilibrium, they're looking for blood right now. Unfortunately, there's 5 people spawn on the side of Poggers. Are they going to be able to defend? Zelpix, he comes in with the flicker. Bluebo as well comes out. Kusei, he's caught out. Zelpix will get the kill. Longstrong is the only one left in the back line right now. He's doing as much damage as he can to Taka. It's actually going to be enough though. They're going to be able to get one more tower in the top lane though. But there's 5 people standing so menacingly. I don't think they can keep up the chase here, I'm pretty sure. As Equilibrium, they're going to start running away. But Karo, he actually wants to keep going in here. They're going to maybe fight about the blue buff right now. Teriyaki, I think he secured the blue buff for himself. As now the fight continues. Esmeralda has to use that Starfall to get out of there right now. Teriyaki pops the blade, the Tempest of Blades to get out. It's a close one. But actually no one falls from that last engagement.
Yeah, no one falls, man. It's just a lot of utility being used up. But as you said, man, when you want to fight it into the base of Poggers 2.0, you also have to consider the anti-heal coming out from Kairu, but also Equilibrium don't necessarily have a set, but Taka gets taken down by Teriyaki in a 1v1. Seems as though Teriyaki wants to focus this torrent and a few members to the side of Black. I'm just lost in the names right now. Seems as though a few members from the side of Poggers 2.0 wanted to trade back, but unfortunately Angela came in time.
Okay, but here we go. This might be the last fight of the game. If Equilibrium, they can take out a few members, they can expose this base for what it really is. Taka, he's still respawning here, so they need to keep holding on. Long Slong, he's going to hold that front line quite well, but here comes Saka. They need to be quite careful on the side of Equilibrium right now. Oh, here we go. Purify comes out from Kusei. Is it going to be enough? The bloom is keeping him alive. Saka, he has to blink out with that battle mirror image, as now Zelpix is the one who's going to fall right now. Teriyaki a little bit low, so he needs to be a little bit careful, but Karo, he's actually going to try and get his kill onto this tank. Is it going to be enough though? Karo on barely a little bit of HP, as Long Slong, he's trying his best to get the kill. They finally get that last tower in the bottom lane right now, so the base is completely wide open. They're missing one person, and that one person is Zelpix, so there's not much of a set potential coming in from Poggers, but it's going to be enough to drive Equilibrium away from the base, as they now have a free access to that Lord pit.
Yeah, man, playing a bit disciplined, but also Kusei, he's being extremely aggressive, and that is disadvantaging, or that puts Equilibrium at a disadvantage, because with Cairo in the team, you won't necessarily heal as much. So you gotta be able to watch out for that. But that was a very disciplined from Equilibrium. They decide, you know what, we've mounted enough pressure. Let's just take the Lord and look for the end game.
That is exactly
But
it. They're looking for that
I think
end game.
we're slowly approaching that. Yeah, we're slowly approaching that certain point where gold lead doesn't matter. It will just be skill because almost everyone has their full items apart from it. Let's say Kusei still looking for, I think it's the BOD. Could be something else, but I think it's the BOD. But for everybody else, they're almost, if not completely, full items.
I mean, I think that might also be the Great Dragon Spear. That's also what builds into it. But anyway, that aside, we're looking at possibly the final push of the game here. We are going to see the Claude popping in that Wind of Nature as well as that Blazing Duet. Is it going to be enough? Though the base is wide open. This could be the opportunity that Equilibrium are looking for. Here comes the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, keeping everybody alive, but the base is slowly falling. It's going to go down. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a 1-1 scoreboard here as Equilibrium take game 2 for themselves, equalizing the match. And making us go to a game 3.
Equilibrium giving us a series today, man. They're making sure we know that they're not gonna go down easy. They still have a fight in them. But one thing I think we all know should happen for that last game, an Esme ban has to happen from the side of Black Poggers. If you're not gonna take this hero, make sure that you ban it out because Long Slong is too much on that hero. As well as Florin and Angela, man. That's these two heroes right now are just carrying the series. They're just carrying it completely because how effective they are in the game is determining who will be the victor. But a deciding factor will be the draft. It will be interesting to see how these two teams set up for this last game. But GG's to Equilibrium.
GG's to Equilibrium indeed. Yeah, as you said, we are going to have this last game here, the finale of Kon-Rikka. Before we go into this game, I would like to ask everyone, how did you enjoy the tournament? Was it a good one? Would you like to see something like this, similar to this in the future? Obviously, we have MSA coming up very soon. But, you know, if I get diamonds again, I'll let you guys know. And if you guys want me to host another tournament, I'd be more than happy to do so. So just let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this experience before we go into it. But yeah, anything else you'd like to say before we head into the last game, Mr. Airy?
I also want to see another poll being put out right now to see who will take the game.
Okay. I'll make a poll.
I just want to see where everybody's minds and everybody how everybody thinks this last game will play out. However, you know, this does send a message to our server, man. If you want to win in rank, if you want to, you know, dominate against your rank opponents, just look at what these two teams are doing. They are one of the best two teams in our server. So maybe emulate, copy, and it might work out for you. But yeah, thank you to Rika for hosting the tournament. I don't know the prize pool. I wish I could get paid.
It's 4,500 diamonds. It's 4,500 diamonds. That's the prize pool. Right?
I wish I could get paid from that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of free labor. There's a lot of free labor being used up here. But that will be that. We are edging closer to the finale, the last game of the tournament. Hopefully these two teams can make it a spectacle. Hopefully these two teams can give us a game for the ages. But yeah, man, that's it for me, and hope you guys are still subscribing, hope you guys are still commenting, and let's get to this.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't have enough diamonds to give everybody, including meaning the viewers and my loyal co-caster here, some additional revenue there. But you guys have my favor, at least. So, you know, maybe I get diamonds in the future. You know, maybe you might be able to tap into some of that if you keep working with me, obviously. But at the moment, yeah, I'm sorry, I am in debt. I maybe shouldn't have made the prize pool so high. Maybe I would have said to everyone, you know, maybe you get an elite skin instead of an epic skin. But nah, I think an epic skin is a more substantial prize pool, right? For 5 members of the winning team.
Yep, definitely. But yeah, man, let's get to this. Let's get to this. I'm excited for this game.
Okay. We ready?
We should have like a drum roll. Dun, 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 dun.
Where's the Discord soundboards here? Nah, there's no drum rolls, but there are. We got some clapping noises. How about that? All right. Oh wait, I mustn't use those because that makes your Discord crash, doesn't it?
No, not really.
All right. Anyway, no. Okay,
No,
leave it.
it's a setting.
All right, let's go.
It's a setting that you guys had.
Into the final draft, the final game between Equilibrium and Poggers 2.0. It is very exciting. Let's see what. There it is. You called it out. It's gonna be that Esmeralda ban. Long schlong. That it's now gonna be a short schlong.
I think the next two bans have to be support heroes, man. There has to be. I think either Fred or somebody has to ban out an Angela Florian, bro. Somebody has to ban out those two heroes. But I do think since the Fred will be open, or maybe they might choose to ban out the Fred. You never know.
Yeah, you know, the Fred, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good pick. I feel like the Fredrin is not like what gave a basis for these insane drafts, though. I mean, I guess you're right, you know. It's a good hero. It's a good hero.
Don't doubt me, bro. Don't doubt me, bro. But
sorry,
I think right now we're going to see maybe a support. A support hero.
Yep. There it is, guys.
I'm like 4-0 right now.
Oh, but okay, here we go. We
Oh.
are going to see the split in the healers here. We're going to see the Florent on one side and the Angela on the other side. So no more hyper carry shenanigans from both of the teams. I mean, maybe we'll see an Estes on one of the teams. No, we're not going to see that. We're not going to see that.
No. That would be too much. That would be too much. But I am interested in seeing what Mova Juju, or as you call, or as we know him, Long Schlong will go with. You know, he has been picking up this Esme for a long time, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. But Papi Chiro goes with
a healer. That's a healer.
That's a double support again, man.
Oh
So they're
God.
prepping up for the marksman. I'm just scanning through the list of marksmen they can actually go for, and that's a wonderful ban from the side of Equilibrium. You know, the Angela with the Claude with the Angela is just a wonderful combination for them to go up against. But now, looking for the ban, okay, they choose to ban out the Ling. What do you think about the first phase so far?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of bans that make sense coming in from Poggers, right? There's obviously the Esmeralda and the Ling. So now Teriyaki, he's in a bit of a difficult position as to what to choose for that jungle role. Is he going to bring out something interesting? Is he going to bring out a tank jungle? You know, that's also what I think he's pretty good at. So we're looking at hovering over that Akai. I think that's not a bad option whatsoever. Actually, looking at the draft coming from Equilibrium, it's looking a lot like the draft that Poggers had in game 1. So they're sort of both of these teams are just stealing each other's ideas, plagiarism left, right, and center.
Plagiarism, as you mentioned, but copy for a copy is something. But now we're seeing Carry being picked up, man. You know, I know we haven't really seen. Okay, it wasn't necessarily taken, but the carry was teased. But I thought the carry wasn't necessarily a bad pick. We know we haven't seen it work out really well. However, it does have its moments. But now we're seeing a Brody, man, a very non-meta marksman at the moment. I'm surprised both these two teams don't like Herod. They don't like Nathan. I just don't know what's wrong. Maybe these heroes that I'm mentioning, they have a certain curse for them. But now, to wrap up the draft, we have the Nolan coming from Kairu, as well as Brody from Taka, and Teriyaki on that Akai with Long Schlong on this Benedetta. So the question of the ages, man, which draft do you prefer?
It's really hard to say. Both teams have such good drafts here. They've really done their research, done their their planning for this, right? They really thought of really nice ways to get in the minds of the enemy team. Mochad, not really seen as Benedetta too much. As I know that Zelpix, in fact, was a global Paquito at some point. He was like global number like 10 or something. So he knows what he's doing on this hero if you're looking at a Paquito player. So just in terms of the EXP lane alone, I'm going to say that Poggers have this game. Just because I feel like both teams are equal, but I think the EXP is a bit stronger coming in from Poggers.
Okay, I don't necessarily know some of these players. I can only go by the heroes, and the hero pool wise, Pack is really good up against the Bene. I was really surprised that you went with the Bene, especially seeing that the Yuzong was available, but the Yuzong hasn't really been performing well, so maybe he's thinking, you know what, I'm not trying to go that, I'm not trying to risk it, I'm just going to go for a safe pick. However, yeah, man, it's very equalized, but I do like the Florian pick again. Add that to the Flask of Oasis and her ult, she's just absolutely OP. But the defining factor for me will be Papichuru. Will he be able to get those Minoan Furies? Will he be able to catch out a few members? And I think that's what will determine who wins. But draft-wise, I think I'm going with you, man. Okay. Poggers 2.0, I think they'll have this.
Okay. As it's time now, guys, I'm going to end the poll. It looks like we have a pretty even poll on our hands. It's going to be 55% towards Poggers and 45% to Equilibrium. So very, very close on the board here. As you're going to see First Blood coming out. I don't even know where that was, dude. Oh, it was over there. Okay, it's going to be First Blood going to Poggers right there against that Florin. The Lilia, I believe. So, yeah, very well played.
Yeah, man. And also to take notice of who actually got the kill, but on the top lane, the Moskov is dangerously low, but it seems as though nothing will happen from that. But yeah, man, I'm actually kind of surprised that Black Cat managed to actually get the kill off of Juju. Also, I'm starting to wonder what happened there for that to happen.
Oh, we're going to see the heavy spin, though. It's onto Caro. He actually doesn't have that Purifier in his ult anymore. He's going to get taken down by that heavy spin pin. So yeah, that's we're gonna see that Nolan nerf come into play, right? If he was Nolan from when he came out, he would have been able to get out of there nice and safe, but that is not exactly what's happening here. As Teriyaki, he should be able to get that retribution nice and easy. Zelpix, no chance to get that done.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to, probe them, make sure that they use the retribution, but Zelpix caught in a very bad position as Longslong does take him down relatively easy. Oh man, I did not expect the EXP to go down like this.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? Benedetta still is such a strong laner. Longslong definitely knows what he's doing here. It's a good performance so far on this hero. One thing I didn't know, that Benedetta has a mana pool. I thought she was one of those heroes that had like no mana cost, but that will change in the future, guys. The new patch is going to remove all the mana costs from most physical heroes. So that Benedetta is probably one of those individuals.
Yes, it's probably one of those heroes that will make a lot of physical damage dealers extremely OP, but Taka caught in a very bad position, did use the flicker to get out. It seems as though Teriyaki wanted to pin him with the heavy spin. Unfortunately for him, he had good reflex and was able to get out really quickly.
I'm just trying to follow that that Spear of Destruction. Oh, here we go. Hot God comes out onto Zelpix here. Longslong, he's out of mana. He's not going to be able to make it out of it. This one, I think the Bloom is still not going to be able to help because he has only dashes with his basic attack. But here we go. We're going to see the flicker coming in from Zelpix. Going to keep him nice and safe away from Teriyaki's heavy spin. So that's a commission. Is that the right word? A committance by Zelpix there, baited out by Teriyaki. That's the right English I'm looking for.
Yeah, English is the enemy of the masses, but we are seeing a bit of a 1k gold lead to the side of Poggers 2.0. They are building a bit of a snowball, especially when you look at the lane oppositions they have. As I've said, Pack in general does really well against the Benedetta as well as the Brody. It's not necessarily meta, however, it's still a very good pick.
Here we're going to see the Spear of Destruction coming out from Omakuse. He's going to try and keep up the pressure here, but he doesn't have anywhere near enough damage to make things happen. As we're now looking at the turtle fight, it's starting out. Papachulo does have that flicker as well as Unknown Fury, so we're definitely looking at Poggers 2.0 to make a big move coming very, very soon. We are looking at also Karo has a level above Teriyaki, so this might be a bit of an... Oh, what the hell? We're going to see Longslong getting executed on the other side of the map. Don't know how that happened, but the turtle is getting down quite low. There it is. Fracture going to help Karo secure that last hit against that. Oh, but look at this heavy spin. It's looking down 3 people, but it's not going to be enough as Poggers, they're still alive and they're still fighting this fight with full power.
Yeah, man, they're still fighting this with full power. They did manage to get a lot from that trade, but to mention Longslong, the reason why Longslong went out is because Pac did a lot of damage onto him, and instead of giving away the kills, he just ran into the torrent so the torrent can kill him instead. He's like, even though I'm going to go down, you're not going to get the kill for it. So some may say it's a good play, but Teriyaki caught in a very bad position. He does escape or does manage to get out of that, but that does leave Poggers 2.0 with the opportunity to get the torrent, and he is just deleted, man.
As we're now going to see 2 flasks of the Oasis.
That was just insane.
Picked up by the side of Poggers there. We're going to have it on the mid lane Angela as well as the Minotaur. So, you know, obviously it's not that efficient stacking the 2 passive, but it's still efficient in the fact that it increases the healing by, I believe 15%. Let me look at it real quick, the numbers. 12%. It's going to be 12% increase of healing for both of those members. So, yeah, I mean, it's just so strong, really. I feel like with that timing, Poggers, they're looking to fight right now, right? They have Rose Gold Meteors all around, left, right, and center for everyone, so they're in a good place.
I'm surprised you call it inefficient, man. A 12% heal on healers is just absolutely insane, in my opinion. But yeah, that it seems as though the game is starting to, I wouldn't say dwindle down, but settle down for now. It does give us an opportunity to look at the builds completely. When we see Taka and Kyrie both have the Blade of the Hefty Seas, the amount of damage that comes out from that is really good and cannot be underestimated. Taka seems to be building towards that Malefic Roar. He already has that Legion sword, so he's halfway through it or to it. But also Equilibrium, man. Unfortunately, Kaido doesn't necessarily have that Flask of Oasis, so he won't be able to compete in terms of heal.
But here we're going to see the fight starting out. Unknown Fury, it comes down onto Teriyaki here as well as the Bloom. We're going to see Zelpix taking a little bit of damage. Oh, look at that flicker coming in from the Minotaur. It's going to be able to set up Taka for that kill onto that Lilia here. So now Equilibrium, they're starting to really feel the heat right now. They've got a bit of a gold lead on the side of Poggers, and it's really starting to show. If we're looking at the scoreboard as well, surprisingly, Poggers have actually just been like getting kill after kill in long spaces of time. So it's really starting to stack up at this point.
Yeah, it's really starting to stack up. You know, it kind of shows their build in terms of not necessarily their build, but the heroes they went for. But Kusei in a 1v1 versus Taka does manage to get the shutdown, and a shutdown for the marksman is invaluable. But now that does leave Poggers 2.0 in an awkward position. They can't necessarily take the Lord because they are exposed on 2 different directions.
It is looking pretty damn close, you know. That one kill, it upset their gold lead by about 2,000. So it's really a really great kill coming in from Kusei. He might be able to get another one here, actually. Almost gets Black Cat in the process, but here we go. Karo has that Heart Guard. He has no energy, so he's not going to be able to follow up that kill. A bit of a wasted amount of spells in that situation. Although Longslong gets stunned up by that Minotaur, but he is a Benedetta, so he's not going to care about much CC that heads towards him when he has that parry available.
Yeah, man, a wasted heavy guard to the side of all 4 Poggers 2.0 that might give Equilibrium the opportunity or the go ahead they need to actually take down this Lord.
Yeah, okay, we're all gonna see Zelpix playing quite timidly, right? He's gotten for the hybrid build. He has that that Hunter Strike, but he's going to go full tank after that. Oh, we are going to see, oh, there we go, Electro coming out, but the Bloom keeps him nice and safe. It's going to be Taka, who's actually going to be taken out in the end there. Hawk on the wrong person. We are going to see Papi Chulo does have that Minoan Fury coming out, but in the back lines, they're going to get Kaido. No more Bloom for them to work with. Papi Chulo, he's stuck against the wall, but that's just the tag. Minoan Fury off the mark. Oh, he actually has the flicker for the last second there. Momojuji has to pop the black shoes. Is it going to be a fight for Equilibrium? I think it might be. Papi Chulo gets taken down as well. Although, here comes Zolpix trying to get the kill onto Momojuju, getting locked up by those heartstrings as Teriyaki is now the last member of Equilibrium to stand here. Is he going to make it out? Fracture comes out off the mark, but the heartstrings come back once again. Oh, Kusei, you might be able to get this down onto the wall here, but Zolpix just narrowly avoids it. But Kusei, the heart god, is going to keep Zolpix alive. It's going to be a triple kill for this Angela. Black Cat is popping off.
Yeah, man, what seemed to be a very bad hard guard for Black Cat turned out really well, as he did manage to get that triple kill. Who knew the Angela damage was that OP? I did not. But that does allow Poggers 2.0 to take down this Lord uncontested.
Ooh, there's another Hawk Guard with the help of that fleeting time. It's off cooldown. We might be able to see an initiation coming in from Zalpix here. There's the Spear of Destruction. Omakusei, he's trying to get a nice angle, but it's not going to be available when there's this Paquito who's so damn tanky in the front lines here. We're going to see Teriyaki. He's going to try and take his blue buff here. Is it going to be enough time to take it, though? As you're going to see the fight disengage. Long Schlong. Oh, excuse me. Long Schlong just gets blown up by Taka. And now that's a good start to the fight already by the side of Poggers. As Zolpix is just having the time of his life, zoning out Kaido, not letting him have an opportunity to defend his EXP laner. As we're also going to see the heavy spin committed onto the top lane right now. Karo, he's going to be nice and safe with the help of those dashes. Teriyaki, he's not going to be able to follow up in suit. As we now see the side of Poggers, they're going to be able to take that middle tower. Oh man, it's not looking good for Equilibrium at the moment.
Yeah, it is not looking good. However, they do have a decent amount, or rather very good wave clear, but we're seeing the Blade of Destruction engage onto Taka, the Petrify as well. That combo within the Moskov and Benedetta does manage to take him down. This does mean Equilibrium have a second leg. They could have engaged because they have a decent amount of damage with Kusei on this Moskov. But yeah, as I was saying, there is a lot of wave clear to the side of Equilibrium, so I was surprised how they played it out, because they could have played it a lot more safer than they actually did. But we're seeing a heavy spin.
Yeah, Zolpix is getting taken down a little bit here. That's no heavy spin available for the rest of the fight here. We're also going to see, oh, there it is, Long Shot. He wants to get something done here, but it's just a bit of a trade of spells, right? Heavy spin down, we've got the Hawk God down, Minoan Fury down, so it's just going to be a trade. But yeah, I mean, the Bloom's still available, and both the teams now, all they want to do is finish off their last items, I think, as we are going to see Long Schlong going off here. He's going to get taken down, quite low HP, but the Bloom comes out. Zolpix, he's holding that front line quite well. Is he going to be able to survive, though? I think Momojuji is just trying to punish him for it, but the healing, it's too much. Zolpix has full HP right now. As we are going to see Zolpix go back in once again. He's really just like holding that front line so beautifully well. But, you know, we're not going to see too much committance by both of the teams just yet, because the Lord is the main objective, right? We want the Lord to be the thing that ends the game for one of these teams.
Yeah, man, the Lord rather will be extremely important in whatever plays they have at the moment. But just to take a second out to look at the builds, Black Cat already has the Flask of Oasis as well as the fleeting time to be able to spam that ultimate. And Kairu, you know, he went for an anti-curious, trying to be a bit more tanky.
Oh, we're going to see the heavy spin coming out in the middle lane, though. Zolpix, he's caught it quite... Oh my god! What is that shield, dude? Moonton, what are you doing with this hero? Oh my god, Momojuju. He's also going to get taken down here. It's going to be a double kill coming in from Karo. That was like a full HP bar of shield coming in from Angela there. What is that?
But watch Moskov, watch Kusei.
Oh yeah, Kusei, he's in the bottom here. He's taking down a tower right now. He's going to make them have to go back here. I don't believe he can end the game. His Spear of Destruction comes out, might be able to secure his escape as he does. Oh, I mean, he's alone here. The Minnow Fury comes out with the Wind of Nature. He manages to dodge the Torn Apart Memory, though. So actually, he makes enough space for his team to maybe take this Lord fight. Here we go. Retribution. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to Karo. What a Retribution by him. We're going to see Teriyaki going to be getting punished for it as well. The Bloom, it's not going to heal him that much, as we're going to see Taka finish off the rest of his HP pool. Wow, my God, what a performance by Poggers.
That was almost a one, or rather, let me not downplay it. That was a very good performance from Kusei. Tried his best and almost set up a very good position for his team. But Kusei got in a very bad position as two members, or rather three members, engaged onto him. But now Equilibrium won't have a good amount of their wave clear, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But in the bot lane, we're seeing
oh my God, I'm missing all the kills.
Taka versus
I'm missing
Taka in a 1v1.
I'm missing all the kills here,
Sorry?
but what I can tell you is that Equilibrium, they are missing 3 people. This could be the end of the game. The Heart God comes back onto the Karo. Is he going to be able to kill the Lilia? Pops the Black Shoes, pass to make him pop the Purify. I think this is the end of the game. The Heavy Spin, it's only going to keep you alive in this game for so long. But Juju, he gets taken out by Black Cat. It's going to be the end. Poggers 2.0 are going to be your victors for Kon-Rikka. Congratulations. You stole my diamonds.
A highway robbery on Rika's diamonds, but congratulations to Poggers 2.0. But Taka, with the last minute play, I'm only seeing now that he bought the Winter Trenchant. So very smart plays from him in survivability. However, I don't think that would have counted for a lot. That was a well executed game from Poggers 2.0, and I think it ended around the same time as the first game. So that kind of goes to show that their dominance is not a fluke. They know how to dominate a game. If they can do it once, they can do it 2 times, and sure enough, they have. And that is it. GG for them, man. I don't really think I have a lot to say for Equilibrium. I don't really know what they could have done differently, but that was a very good game.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, looks like we might have an interview on our hands. I've managed to get the captain of Poggers to maybe join me on that. So give me a second while I pull that up. In the meantime, Ari, just let us know what you think about the game while I set that up.
Yeah, that was an exciting game. Well, I guess we're getting introduced to a different type of meta within the SA server. We're seeing a double support working out for a lot of these teams, and it worked out for a lot of the games that we just saw, you know, especially that Florin and Angela combination. It was really a nuisance to deal with, especially when you add that to the Flask of Oasis, and it's just too much heal. No team can really survive against that. However, it is a very risky play, especially when you don't have a lot of damage, or if your marksman or whatever damage dealer is not necessarily good in terms of positioning.
Okay, Ari, quickly, Ari, do you mind joining Twinkie's channel? It's right below us on the Discord, so I'll see you just there. All right, Twinkie, how are you doing? What can I call you?
You can call me Vlad, I guess.
Oh, Vlad, right, I'm sure. I actually recognize you now. How are you feeling after that victory against Equilibrium?
All right, man. It was tough, but it was fun.
All right. I just think we're waiting for Ari to come and join us here. There he is. Ari, you got any questions for Vlad here before I ask anything else? Mr. Ari. Okay, he's having a little bit of problems here. Okay, let's talk about the drafts here a little bit. This Angela Florin combo that you had here. Tell us a little bit about that. What was the idea that you had going into that game 1?
It's so funny because we actually just wanted the Angela mid, but then mid draft, we were like, you know what, screw it. Let's just go 2 supports and see if it works. And then, yeah, surprisingly, it worked really well. It's really hard to do anything against it. So
yeah, for sure.
We didn't think it was going to work, but yeah.
That is for sure. Ari, are you there, sir? No, okay. Aries still. Aries still.
I
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay.
partially there.
Okay. You got any
Sir.
questions for Vlad here, sir?
And how you doing, Black Cat, man? That was that was a series, man.
No, I'm not.
That was a
Black Cat.
series.
Black
How
Cat
you
is
feeling
here.
about getting the win?
It's fun, man. It was a fun tournament. Looking forward to MSA. This was basically just practice for us. We wanted to see where we at, and where we're bad and where we can improve. But yeah, we did well.
Okay, so if you're not Black Cat, you're Caro, right?
I am Papi Chulo,
Oh, okay.
the
Okay.
Roma.
All right.
The Roma.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. In game 2, it was a little bit difficult. I think my question is, were you trying to replicate what you guys were doing in game 1 by picking the Estes? And obviously, the other question along with that is that obviously the Basha didn't work out too well as well in that game, but I guess what was your plan in the second game against that Esmeralda and against your own draft that you created in game 1 with that Florin and Angela?
Honestly, that's where we had a problem. We created that draft mid, game. So we didn't really think about, okay, what would be good against it? We just thought, okay, maybe it will be strong. We can use it. We didn't really give a thought to what we can use against it. So yeah, we choked in the second game with the draft. I mean, we didn't want it to take the Lapu, and we wanted to ban the Esme, but some miscommunication. And yeah, we actually thought that we could do really well against that comp. It was just the Esme that was a really big problem for us.
Right. Okay. Ari, a last question from Ari before we finish things off. Anything you'd like to ask?
Last question. Dang.
Last
man.
question.
What if I have a host of questions that Papika might want to answer, man? But as you've mentioned, you guys are preparing for the MSA. Does this give you confidence, heading up into that tournament? And because this does make you the tournament favorite. So how are you guys feeling heading up to the MSA?
Well, I mean, we did really well against some of the top squads in the server. So I have good feelings about the MSA tournament. But yeah, like we want to stay humble. We want to keep working on our the stuff we do wrong. There is still a lot of the mistakes that we do make, and it does cost us. But yeah, our synergy is really good. That's something that we pretty strong at.
All right. Very strong statement. As that will end us to a close, Mr. Papichulo / Vlad, please tell your team to add me so I can lose all my hard-earned diamonds to you guys. You guys are allowed 5 skins, all worth under 900 diamonds coming from me there. So yeah, just make sure you guys add me, and you should have your prize pool very soon. Anything else you'd like to say before we end things off, Mr. Vlad?
Oh, no, just a big thanks to all the teams that just participated, and especially to you guys for hosting the tournament and doing all the commentary. Sorry. But yeah, thanks to you guys. It means a lot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vlad. You're free to go.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. All right, guys, that will be the end of Kon-Rikka. I hope you guys really enjoyed the tournament. Ari, final word before we go into MSA.
Final words before MSA. I think Pavichu mentioned a lot of it, that because they are the teams, especially the ones that participated in this tournament. They're the teams that are vastly considered as the tournament favorites. So to see how they weigh against each other, I think that will be a lot of information for them. It will help some of those teams adjust their heroes, adjust their picks, adjust their drafts, and we might see, completely different teams in the tournament. But I'm excited for this one, man. It's extremely promising.
It is extremely promising. We've got a lot of teams to get through and a lot of games. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fit them all in. I'm sure there's going to be a few teams that are not going to be able to reach some schedules. But hey, we are going to see some stuff happen for sure. And it'll be exciting. But yeah, that'll be it for Kon-Rikka. It was a pleasure hosting for you guys. And we will see you in MSA not so shortly after. I mean, not so long. Okay, not so far from here, from this point. Starting about the 14th, I believe. So we'll see you guys then. Take care and see you then.
Peace out.